off we go here on EA Sports. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Cleveland offense set to take the field for the first time. They'll be led out by the young man in his second season in the NFL.
I always like studying quarterbacks in year two. I think rookie year, there can either be a lot of growth, right? There's the biggest ability to take that jump, but there's also some struggles you have to work through. In year two, a full offseason, really understanding the playbook. Things have kind of slowed down for you. I feel like year two is a really good indicator of what long-term success looks like for any young quarterback.
They'll run. This is Jerome Ford. And a nice run to start out. 6 yards on the first play of the game. They'll come up now for second down and 4. Here's Thompson Robinson. To the outside, a catch made by Moore. And he'll get about 5 here as he's out of bounds with a first down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
DTR to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Here's a 3rd and 10. Now Thompson Robinson. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
Well, Mike, the other day we heard how the offensive coordinator wanted to start fast offensively, but here so far, it's been the pass rush and the defense who's gotten out to the quick start.
So on 4th down, the lefty, Corey Bojorquez to punt for Cleveland. Tylan Wallace deep for Baltimore. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. Now, following the punt return, we have an injured player on the field. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now the Ravens' big-ticket free agent acquisition. It's Derrick Henry. He'll have a yard or two up to about the 16. Here's 2nd and 9. In motion comes Andrews. Jackson now on 2nd down. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. Myles Garrett, the All-Pro, there to bring him down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. From the gun, Jackson. He finds his receiver. That's Bateman. They had the perfect play call there. They needed 18, and they got 18. First down.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. We're going to go right back to Henry. Ho-ho! They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
It's not just the blockers creating yards for him out there. He created most of that yardage on his own, shrugging off the initial tackle attempt and continuing to rumble downfield.
2 first downs have them up to the 44-yard line. It's 1st and 10. In motion comes Andrews. On 1st down, they'll stay on the ground with Henry. And this time, they are ready for him. Thrown for a loss, and it's 2nd down.
I'm not sure if there's anything more enjoyable for a football player than playing a game in the snow. And something for us to keep in mind throughout the rest of the day is typically the advantage is in the favor of the offense. You know where you're going. You know where the cuts are going to come. The defense has to react to you. Can they find a way to take advantage? Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
Here now, 3rd and 5. In motion comes Andrews. On 3rd down, Jackson. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. That's 2 catches on this drive. This one for 10 yards and a 1st down.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
In motion comes Andrews. Here's Henry. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. Bateman is the motion man. Quick throw, taken in. Looking for a third down conversion on this drive, and they only need a foot. They'll let the fullback try to push the pile. Trying to use that big body to get the yardage, but he is stopped for no gain. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Bateman is the motion man. Jackson now to throw on 1st down. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'll say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
"21 is the line to gain as we hit 3rd down. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. There's a short one caught by Andrews. It's a pickup of 12. Good for a Raven first down.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. But I don't think it's going to be his last.
Bateman is the motion man. Off the play fake. Jackson. Right back to Andrews. He's got another one.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
2nd down and 3. To the tight end, Likely. And he will score. Isaiah Likely. Touchdown, Ravens.
We all make such a big deal, Mike, when we see a quarterback go through his progression and deliver a deep downfield strike for a touchdown. But sometimes, just take what's easy, the easy pitch and catch, get an underneath completion. That's exactly what the quarterback does here, takes what the defense gives them, and when you have a playmaker like that on the outside, they can do the rest with their feet after the catch, and the end result is still a touchdown.
Now Justin Tucker for the point after. Through the snowflakes. This one good. And the Ravens will take a 7-0 lead. Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. Here comes a return from the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Browns offense ready to see the football for the 2nd time. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. To throw, Thompson Robinson. And that one's incomplete, but a late flag comes in. Looked like he might have gotten there early. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Tillman, the man in motion. Thompson Robinson to throw. He'll get this complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
First and 10, and here comes 4. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
They'll go back to Ford on first down. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
This offense has to be thrilled, Mike, with the success they've had here on the ground in this opening quarter. Now as the rest of the game unfolds, everything in the game plan continues to open up.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. That is hauled in at the 5. And he won't quite make it to the pylon, but he's out of bounds right around the 1-yard line. It is a gain of 23 yards, and now they'll have 4 shots at it. It's first and goal.
So first off, nice job picking up enough for the first down. But I got to be honest, Mike, when he caught it, I thought he was going to put his foot in the ground and get physical and run through contact and try to score. I'm not so sure why he just so quickly ran out of bounds, even though he was able to pick up the first.
Good blocking, and he's in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
When you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
Dustin Hopkins now to add the extra point. These kicks not a given in the snow, but this one is good. And the Browns will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. So back to level after the touchdown. In time for the kickoff. Justice Hill to return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Ravens offense ready for their second possession. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive. First and 10. Here's Jackson. That's to the right side. He's got Andrews. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
Zay Flowers, the intended receiver, and third down coming up.
And you can see the quarterback, he's looking up at the Jumbotron after that throw, Mike. He knows he just got away with one, and he's thinking, all right, what do I got to do to make an adjustment that it's not so close the next time?
Jackson from the gun on third down. And that is incomplete. Rashad Bateman, the intended target. And now it's fourth down.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring fourth down right in the face.
On fourth down, the Ravens call on Jordan Stout to punt. And And he'll get something there on the return, able to take this back to the 20-yard line. Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with first down. Moore going in motion. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back due to a flag.
And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, ball's on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
Moore going in motion. Here's DTR. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a first down.
Anytime the quarterback has the ability to extend the play with his legs, it just puts so much pressure on the defense. Here you are thinking you have all the routes manned up, there's nowhere to go with the ball, and next thing you know, he breaks the pocket, and he's able to pick up the first down.
Back to throw. Thompson Robinson looking deep here for Tillman. And he'll take it on in. Cedric Tillman. Touchdown, Browns.
And that was just a great drive. Really from start to finish, Mike, you could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm. Mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession worked to perfection. When you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns, man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
Hopkins now to tack on the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Browns will move out to a 14-7 lead. Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. Tylan Wallace now on the return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Ravens offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. And he'll be brought down at the 32 after a short pickup. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. In motion comes Andrews. He'll go again here with Henry. Can he get away? No, he's taken down behind the line. Good job by the defense with a negative play.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
It is 3rd and 10. Now, Jackson. That's caught. Derrick Henry. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
On the return, it's Moore. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Browns offense ready for this next possession. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Njoku, the tight end, is the one in motion. We'll open this drive on the ground with 4. And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Again, it's 4. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
Now a 3rd and 2. He'll drop to throw. That's caught by 4. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
They bring Judy in motion. Now, faking the give. That's into the hands of Judy on the right side. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Njoku, the tight end, is the one in motion. And this ball batted away and incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
DTR to throw. To the left side, he's got Njoku. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. So a big 3rd down hookup takes us to the break. 14-7 is our score. We'll be back in Baltimore after this. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Now Thompson Robinson. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So Can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
They give it, and it's 4. And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. Roquan Smith there to bring him down. Converted twice on 3rd down already on this drive. Now can they do it for a 3rd time? And that is incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and it also gives some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The Ravens offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. This will start from the 12, trying to put a drive together here. It's 1st and 10. Jackson now. A throw, left side, caught by Andrews. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Second down and 8. From the gun, Jackson. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Now a screen set up for Henry. He's going to have the 1st down, and that one good for 9, and the drive continues.
The best time to call a screen is when the defense is anticipating pass. Allow that defensive front to rush the passer. Just get through the offensive line enough before you drop it to your back. Get out behind those big offensive linemen and pick up the 1st down.
Here's 1st and 10. In motion comes Andrews. Jackson up top again. A pass pulled in by Henry. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And there wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion. And then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
In motion comes Andrews. Again, it's Jackson. All alone is the tight end, Andrews. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a 1st down.
And he proves tough to bring down. Good running across midfield. A gain of 8 that time. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll motion over Flowers. Quick throw, taken in. pick up the first down, a gain of about 4. Play action now. Jackson. He'll go right and find his running back. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain. Here's a 3rd down and 4. To the air one more time with Jackson. They'll look to set up the screen here. And he's going to be out of bounds with a gain of 7. And that'll be enough for a first down.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that 3rd down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
There's a short one caught by Andrews. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
I think the rest of those receivers in the huddle have all come to the realization that they might not be getting a target anytime soon. And frankly, I don't blame them. I mean, they're riding the hot hand, and rightfully so. Until this defense proves that they can stop him in the passing game, I expect the quarterback to just continue to go back to him time and time again. It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And that is incomplete.
Here in the first half, we've seen nothing but connections from these two guys. I mean, they've come out completely on fire, so the defense finally gets a stop, and really the first time we've seen these guys be a little bit off.
On 4th down, here comes Justin Tucker for the Ravens. Through the falling snow, the kick is good. And the Ravens are back within 4 at 14-10.
I think apart from the wind, when you talk about kicking in the elements, Mike, I think the snow has to be the kicker's worst nightmare. It's just so hard to have the confidence that when you stick that plant foot, it's not going to give way. So give credit. That was really well done.
So Tucker is back out after making the field goal. He'll kick this one away. Here comes a return from the 3. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Browns offense and their running back set to go once more. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. The drive starts with a carry by 4. And a nice run there on 1st down, getting 8. Setting up 2nd and 2. They'll run once more with 4. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is 1st down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. Second and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
On the handoff, Ford. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
They'll run with Strong. And that'll be a gain of 2 and a first down.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on second down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the first down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. On the ground, this is Deontay Foreman. He's able to get away from one man, but the reinforcements were there fast. He's taken down for a loss on the play.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Moore going in motion. To throw, Thompson Robinson. That's complete to Moore on the right side. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Third and 6. Thompson Robinson to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target. No catch. And now 4th down.
Oftentimes, it's the wide open ones that are the hardest to catch. It seems like the ball is in the air forever. You start overthinking it. You start really making more of it than what you should, and you let it slip away.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens headed back out again. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. And he looks to add to them with another drive here. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. This is Henry. And that'll be a pickup of 3. Second and 7. On the handoff, it's Henry. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
Jackson from the gun on 3rd down. And he's got it to Flowers for the connection. They get 16 on that connection. First down, Baltimore.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
He'll find Aguilar complete. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Now, Jackson. Open man is Bateman. He's got him. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
I'd like to see them do a better job here the rest of the game, Mike, just disguising the coverage from the pre-snap look to the post-snap look. And what I mean is, when you have a quarterback at this level and what they see before the ball's in their hands is the exact same thing they see once they do get the ball, everything is just so much easier for them to process. Change the look, change the coverages, move your safeties. Make the quarterback have to process with the ball in his hand.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. On the ground, here's Henry. And he'll be near the first down marker. Let's call it a gain of 3, but a short yardage situation coming up on 3rd down. Here's Hill. A pickup there of 13. Good for a Raven first down.
We've seen this trend throughout the league, Mike. Offensively, everyone wants to have depth at the running back position. Yeah, it's great to have one guy, but if you could have 2 or 3 that can all come in and contribute on the ground, that's the goal, and we're seeing it here.
1st and 10. On the give, here's Henry. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. They'll try to throw here with Jackson. There's that man again. Another catch. Good drive to this point. Now can you convert on 3rd and 3? To throw is Jackson. And that is incomplete.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. So you know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball. And in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Ravens are back within a point. It's 14-13.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
So Tucker is back out after making the field goal. He'll kick this one away. This one taken at the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Browns offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. Tillman, the man in motion. Back to throw. Thompson Robinson. On the quick slant, that's Judy. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. It's a gain of 16, and very quickly, a first down. Here's DTR. Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. And this is taken in by the defense. Well, the ball comes out, and the scramble for it, it ends up becoming a turnover, and the offense walks off the field disappointed with that fumble.
Mike, when you look at a stat sheet at the end of the game and you want to determine which team wins and which team loses, at the top of the list is ball security. Which team does a better job protecting it and which team does a better job taking it away.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Throwing Jackson. Aguilar able to make the catch. And he's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. Second and a yard. Now Jackson gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And this drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up first and goal for his team.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is. He's got to find a way to hold on to that one. I mean, you're right on the doorstep of the end zone. And listen, I understand that hit is coming. But guess what? That hit's coming whether you catch it or not. And you get paid to make the difficult catches. And I would classify that one as tough. But you got to make that catch. Give your team a chance to come away with this drive with some points.
And he keeps the legs moving, able to get it down inside the 5. Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. And he's into the end zone for a touchdown. There is a marker down, but I think this score is going to hold up. Point after now from Tucker. The kick is good. And the Ravens will open up a 6-point lead. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Pierre strong on the return. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense and Jerry Jeudy getting set for their next possession. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in the first half, it's resulted in a big play that is borne out by those eye-popping numbers. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Here's Thompson Robinson. That's the big tight end, Jordan Akins. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. DTR to throw. That's into the hands of Moore. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Now Thompson Robinson. A throw, right side, taken by Njoku. Now here's a timeout. They're going to take it with 8 seconds remaining until the break. Dustin Hopkins on now for the field goal. This is going to be a 51-yard attempt. And this is no good. Could not get it on target. And they are not able to draw closer.
Man, that would have been such a nice boost for this group going into halftime. The snap was good. The hold was good. He just couldn't quite get it through the uprights.
Jackson now to throw on 1st down. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Jackson now on 2nd down. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thank you. More from you and Greg in a moment. But for now, welcome one and all to our EA Sports Halftime Reports. We saw a terrific first half from the dual-threat quarterback, Lamar Jackson. He had a touchdown both in the air and on the ground to help push his guys into the lead at the break.
All right, Coach, thank you. The snow continuing to fall as we ready ourselves for the second half to follow. Well, this snow not abating at all. If anything, might be coming down a little bit harder as we are underway here in the third. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense and Lamar Jackson getting set to take over once more. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. Aguilar goes off in motion. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. To the tight end, Likely. And he's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
A first down throw for Jackson. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Even though it doesn't result in a sack, when you dial up the right pressure at the right time, Mike, sometimes that's all it takes to lead to that incompletion. The timing is just a little off between the quarterback and his intended target, and the ball falls incomplete.
He keeps it himself. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
It's the tight end Likely in motion. Off the play fake, Jackson. And good work there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
You just can't say enough about how hard it is to play cornerback in today's modern NFL, Mike. I mean, not only are these wide receivers better than ever, but the way the rules are written, you're really out there on an island with not a lot of options. Your technique has to be perfect. Your timing has to be perfect. It's exactly what we saw here, and he makes a great play on the ball.
And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
They'll try and run for this with Henry. He will have a Ravens first down, I do believe. Gets it by about a yard on 3rd and 3.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
Here's the toss, right side to Henry. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's second down. From the gun, Jackson. A throw there on second down, going to be incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
They're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Back to throw, Jackson. Inside the 10, it is caught. That is a gain of 15, and now it's 1st and goal.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive, would be a bit of a letdown.
It's the tight end Likely in motion. Jackson looking to throw. That is caught back corner of the end zone. Zay Flowers. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, just buying a little extra time, waiting for his man to uncover on the back of the end zone, and then it just becomes, let's rip it and throw that ball in that window, because it might not stay open for long, but he puts it right where it.
And of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, so replay's going to take a look at this one and make sure it is good for 6. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over. Remember, The call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear, incontrovertible visual evidence to the contrary. In other words, it's got to be the truth. So, ruled a touchdown originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board. Now Jackson and the Ravens will try to tack on 2 more. He'll look to throw. And he'll get into the end zone, doing it on his own. Successful 2-point conversion.
Everybody's looking to end every drive with 6, but when you can turn that 6 into 8, man, what a confidence boost coming off the field, and they're going to force their opponent now to start chasing.
Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. On the return, this is Strong. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The visitors' offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Njoku, the tight end, is the one in motion. To throw, Thompson Robinson. Toward the middle, that's caught by Moore. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Now a handoff to Ford. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a 1st down on that gain of 5.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. Thompson Robinson to throw. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes. So give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
There's a short throw caught by Njoku. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. Eddie has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards, He has been excellent all game long. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Jackson now. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
We'll try again. It's second and 10. It's the tight end Likely in motion. Second down. Jackson. This one complete to Bateman. And they're going to mark him down right at the 30-yard line.
Mike, think back to our conversation during the break. We've kind of both asked ourselves, are they content with this double-digit lead? Do they come out and play conservative here in the second half? Well, it took exactly one play to get our answer.
So, first and 10 now from the 30. On play action, here's Jackson. This throw right is taken in by Flowers. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
Play action now. Jackson. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
It's the tight end Likely in motion. Jackson up top again. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
Just seems like another case of predetermining where the quarterback is going to go with the ball. He had a lot of good route options on that last concept. I think if he just remains a little bit more patient, read the play out, let it unfold, will lead to some easier and better completions.
And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively. And now decision time. What are you going to do on fourth down?
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a fourth down decision to make.
And he's not going anywhere. Stuffed behind the line. They have turned it over on downs.
You know, Mike, look, there is no more dynamic quarterback with the ball in his hands than Lamar Jackson, especially on fourth down. So for this defense to be able to come up with that stop, that is a fantastic job.
The visitors' offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Njoku, the tight end, is the one in motion. On play action, he'll set up to throw. The coverage too strong that time. The ball batted away and incomplete. Kyle Hamilton, the versatile defender, with the good coverage there.
It's his ability to change direction. He's able to go from his back pedal to then driving that route fast enough that he gets to the ball immediately as it arrives, and he's able to knock it down.
And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
There was tight coverage all across the field. I think the quarterback thought he had the arm strength to fit this one into a pretty small window, but the defense wasn't having it. They were all over it, and I think the quarterback actually got away with one there.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. They'll set up the screen. Here's Judy. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's fourth down.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough third down situation, and now it brings up fourth down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
So here's the Baltimore offense getting set for their next drive. As we look back at some of the highlights of this one, you'll see a lot of them, Greg, coming from the passing game. They've done a nice job picking the defense apart.
Yeah, and I think that's the right way to say it. It hasn't necessarily been just a bunch of deep shots, a bunch of explosives. It's been more methodical. It's been precise. They've really been all over their execution, and this is about as close to a complete performance as you're going to see from any offense throughout the course of this season.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. They'll work straight ahead with Henry. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Throwing Jackson. Quick slant into the hands of the speedy Flowers. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
On third down, Jackson. He'll try to run for it. A big play there on the scramble. 31 yards.
And this is when it just gets very frustrating as a defense, because this is what it's been like all day. The pass rush is good, but just not quite good enough. They let him slip through, and he burns them with big yardage.
Here's the give to Henry running right. And a pickup of 3 or maybe 4. Denzel Ward in on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 6. Here's Jackson. And that ball incomplete over the middle.
This is why it's so critical that the quarterback and his intended target are on the same page. They got to speak the same language. When there's miscommunication, it leads to errant throws, and when errant throws lead to big missed opportunities.
They'll motion over Flowers. Jackson from the gun on third down. He gets that to the veteran Aguilar. And he's out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, out inside the 20. 23 yards on that pass play. First down, Baltimore.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
And the Ravens are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them down to the 1.
This has been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone, and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with 1st and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
Let the fullback try to power it home. And that big offensive line, clearing space. He's in. Patrick Ricard. Touchdown, Ravens. Greg, nothing changed at halftime. They come right out to start this 3rd quarter and pick up where they left off.
Well, I think this defensive coordinator is going to think back to his halftime speech, Mike, because whatever adjustments he thought they made, it obviously didn't resonate. What we saw happen in the first half, they picked right back up here to start the 3rd quarter, and at this point, the offense has hit its stride, and they continue to pull away.
Tucker, good on the extra point. And the Ravens will extend this 3rd quarter lead. Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. On the return, this is Strong. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Browns offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the top conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. He'll open this drive on the ground with 4. And he'll get forward for a couple. Kyle Hamilton, the former Notre Dame star, able to make the play. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Again, it's 4. And he'll get them 5 yards closer, but now 3rd down coming up. Njoku, the tight end, is the one in motion. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender. And you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete. But if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
And he'll get a few yards on this return up past the 15-yard line. The Ravens offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they're trying to keep it going. Here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. To the tight end, Likely. And he's close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
A give right up the middle to Henry. And he's going to have a Ravens 1st down as he's got this up to the 35.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. Second and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. It's the tight end Likely in motion. Open man, that's Bateman downfield. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you could see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
Here's Henry, and he's brought down after a gain of a couple. Second down and 8. They'll go again here with Henry. He is met and dropped. Good defense. Loss of a couple on that play.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Here's a 3rd and 10. Jackson. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he will take this into the end zone. What a run. Lamar Jackson. Touchdown, Baltimore. That one is going to hurt the defense. He's looking to throw, can't find anyone, takes off, and Greggy takes it the distance for an exciting touchdown run.
And these are the plays, Mike, that just drive defensive coordinators crazy. You have all of his targets covered up, nowhere to go with the ball, and next thing you know, he gets out of the pocket, takes it all the way with his legs. He's just as dangerous with those feet as he is with his arm.
Extra point try now for Tucker. It's up and good. And the Ravens tack on one more to their lead. Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. This is fielded inside the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. This offense and their running back heading back on the field. And you look at his numbers as a pass catcher in this one. They've lined him up in different spots, shifted him around, and they've made him a real weapon in the passing game. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Back to throw. Thompson Robinson. That'll be taken in by Moore. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Njoku, the tight end, is the one in motion. Here's DTR. And that ball in and out of his hands. It is incomplete. Might tell you after the game he should have come up with that one. He doesn't, and now 3rd down comes up.
So the receiver does everything right except for the most important part. He runs a nice route, great separation downfield, but now you just got to finish that thing off with a catch.
That one on target to Moore. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. So, 3 quarters now in the books. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. So, from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. Njoku, the tight end, is the one in motion. Here's Thompson Robinson. Now he takes off. And he will slide to a halt, but he does have the first down.
The challenge of defending a dual-threat quarterback in the NFL, Mike, is that you just don't see them week in and week out, maybe like you do in college. So in this case, you defend everything perfectly downfield, but it's hard to account for a quarterback who can run. He escapes the pressure, tucks it down himself, and he picks up a big gain.
There's a throw right side. It's going to be incomplete. Jerry Jeudy, the intended target, and that will lead to a second down.
Really nice footwork here with a little tightrope action along the sideline. But this is all about the pass leading him a little too far out of bounds, and he's unable to secure the catch.
Now Thompson Robinson. A throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the pass. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
DTR to throw. And that is incomplete.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And he cannot get the throw off. He's going to be sacked. And they will turn it over on down.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
Derrick Henry heading out along with the rest of this Ravens offense. This one appears to be safe in hand. It has been a clinical performance to this point, and now they'll try to finish up strong. On the ground, they'll go with Hill. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. All run play. This is Hill. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to 3rd down. It's the tight end Likely in motion. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And the quarterback scrambling, maneuvers his way back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all he can get out of that one.
Give him credit for keeping this play alive as long as he could. This easily could have gone down for a loss, but he's kind of able to find his way forward and at least get back to the line of scrimmage.
Ravens sending the punt team out there. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. This offense ready for their next possession, led by their running back. And he has been the focal point of this offense. When you get a performance like this, you can almost invariably know the offensive line's been stellar, and they have been so far. To throw, Thompson Robinson. There's a short throw caught by Njoku. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Really nice job there defensively, playing the integrity of that zone defense so well. Anytime an offense is running these crossing routes or these underneath drag routes, they're trying to cause confusion with the underneath zone defenders. In this case, they all stuck to their reads, they all played their responsibilities, and they're not able to pick up any additional yards after the catch. I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
They need the 24-yard line as they come up for third down. Thompson Robinson to throw. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
The Browns getting their punting team out there, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Ravens offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. They'll run here with Hill. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
You have to wonder if next time, does the play caller give his quarterback some options to check out of this play? It was clear before the ball was snapped. This was not a great look for that play call, and you can see the end result.
Jackson now on 2nd down. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Deontay Johnson, the intended target there, and it'll be 3rd down.
I think this defense is wondering where some of these missed throws were earlier in the game. I mean, for a while, it seemed like everything the offense did hit, and after that last incomplete pass, although this game's all but over, this defense will certainly take it.
From the gun, Jackson. There's that man again, another catch. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Gonna look deep. Looking for more. And penalty flags come in as it winds up incomplete, but no doubt there was contact there. Up the middle. Here's 4. He's able to get away from one man, but those reinforcements, they got there quick. Take him down behind the line.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Now they'll set up to throw. Catch made. That's Woods. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the fourth quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
On the handoff, Ford. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. Tillman, the man in motion. He'll look to throw. That is hauled in at the 5. And the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
These can be tricky situations defensively, right? The game is all but over. Barring something unforeseen, you got this one in the bag, but you still want to finish on a high note. You still want to walk off the field and put an exclamation point on what's pretty much been a dominant performance right from the start.
Here's a run. Down to the 4. It'll be 2nd and goal. Moore going in motion. That is caught, and he's in. Elijah Moore. Touchdown, Cleveland. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least a little payoff with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
Now Hopkins on to add the extra point. The kick is good. And the Browns are able to cut into the deficit. Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. This returnable for Wallace. Now an opening past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with a way to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those into big plays. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Here's Hill. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll stick with him again. And he'll get this close to the 1st down. It's a pickup of 4, but it still leaves 3rd and short. It's the tight end Likely in motion. On 3rd and 1, here's Jackson. Oh, no chance there. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
Looked like a pass protection breakdown. They had 5 offensive linemen and a running back in the backfield. I promise you, somebody was assigned to that linebacker, but he timed the blitz perfectly. He ran through and was able to bring him down for a big sack.
Ravens bring their punt team out as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. And he'll get a few yards on this return up past the 15-yard line. The Browns offense ready to see what they can do. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. To his tight end, Njoku. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
The drag route. We used to say this is day 1 install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
Open man, and that's Tillman. And they'll pick up the 1st down, a gain of about 4.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump, and they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
Here's a screen set up for 4. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here now, 3rd and 5. They'll throw out of the gun. And that is incomplete.
He does a fantastic job, Mike, of not only locating the ball in the air, but then attacking it hands on hands. That's exactly something they work on every week in practice. Great job translating those drills into a live game.
He'll drop to throw. Oh, the blitz gets there. He is sacked, and they will turn it over on downs.
All right, Mike, so in this situation, a defensive coordinator has 2 options. You can sit back and play the pass, or you can be aggressive and go after the quarterback. In this case, they chose the latter, and that's why they were able to force the turnover on downs.
The Ravens offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. They start with the lead and the football. They do so with tremendous field position. It's 1st and 10. It's the tight end Likely in motion. He's going to run it.
The best quarterbacks don't see the rush, they feel the rush, and that's exactly what this guy was able to do here. He's able to escape the initial pressure and immediately realizes, I got some space out in front of me. Picks up a solid gain here on 1st down.
Second down. Jackson in trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
If there's one positive remaining, it's the fact that they're still in scoring position. But with the way they've been able to move the ball down here in the red zone, they're thinking 6. But after that last sack, their chances of converting here for a touchdown have gotten a lot more difficult.
Third down and 9. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. He's going to keep it himself.
And that's a great job defensively here on third down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
Out is Justin Tucker to try the field goal. This will be a 38-yard attempt. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Ravens add on to their lead.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
So Tucker is back out after making the field goal. He'll kick this one away. On the return, this is Strong. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Browns offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Tillman, the man in motion. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient. But at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
Back to the air once more on 2nd down. This throw left is complete with Judy. And nice work there after the catch. He's a little short of the first down after a gain of 7. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Tillman, the man in motion. They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage.
So prior to that 3rd down call, Mike, I thought they put themselves in a pretty good situation at that down and distance. They had run and pass, both at their disposal, but nice job by the defense being up to the task. Force the incomplete, brings up 4th down.
Njoku, the tight end, is the one in motion. Here's DTR. That is incomplete. They took a chance throwing it on 4th and short, but not to be, and they'll turn it over on downs.
So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on 4th down, but this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, no easy completions, and this defense forces a huge stop on 4th down.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
The big guys in the middle of the defense, Mike, the defensive tackles. So often they're asked to do the dirty work. Keep the blockers off the linebackers. Let them run around and make all the plays. But in this case, this guy's able to shed his blocker, make the stop, and keep it to no gain.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll take this ahead for a gain of about 5. And here comes third down. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off. After this, 3rd and 5. Here's Jackson. He's got his man. It's Hill. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do.
Now a give on the ground. And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
So it's a win here for the Ravens. It was a game that delivered more points than most people would have expected with the snow falling at kickoff. Entertaining game for all involved as they'll head back to the locker room to warm up with a victory in their back pocket. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Ravens are victorious as we say so long from Baltimore.